Now let's talk about paper. What we're really talking about here are your processes, systems, and documentation of those. I regularly have clients come in and say, I'm looking for an investor, or I've already received a term sheet. I know that my systems aren't perfect, and I need to clean things up so we can close on our financing by the end of the month. Well, we get in there, and their books and records are okay, but they're certainly not being analyzed at a high level to identify margins and the best way to capitalize. They have so many leads coming in, but no CRM system to manage them. They've outgrown their inventory tracking system and are using an outdated accounting program that just doesn't cut it anymore. They have more employees than ever before, but no HR leader or formal employment policies in place. They didn't consult with an attorney when setting up the company, and as a result, their corporate structure isn't properly set up, and they're running into problems with shareholder agreements. Basically, they're having growing pains in the paper portion of their business. And I get it. When I had my clothing company, I wanted to focus on marketing and selling my products rather than all the nitty-gritty details and paperwork. Visionaries tend to hate the nitty-gritty. And you know what? That's just fine, because we just talked about hiring the right people. Some people actually love the nitty-gritty. They're great at dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. So at a minimum, please find someone who will keep track of all your paperwork, maintain invoices for every single transaction, pay the bills on time, ensure the contracts get signed, and keep copies of everything. A lack of investment in paper on the front end can cost you an investor's dollars on the back end. So let's get into the details of exactly what you can tackle right now. The two biggest areas are legal and finance and accounting. Several years ago, I worked with a client whose in-house general counsel was a co-founder and specialized in lobbying. The client wanted to raise a Series A financing, and they know they needed expert help. Like many entrepreneurs, however, they wanted things to be simple and easy, and they didn't see the importance of dotting every I and crossing every T. As a startup, they were also on a limited budget. With our expertise, we structured the company as a Delaware C corporation. We drafted all the legal documents so that the preferred stock financing terms were market and appealing to investors. We structured equity for employees in a manner that was tax efficient and easy for employees to understand. We prepared a shareholders agreement with the typical bells and whistles that allowed for the founder and investors to easily take the company to market when the time was right. All of these aspects are critical. In addition to the right corporate documents, you need to make sure you have strong, fully executed customer, employee, and vendor contracts covering every aspect of your business. And I don't mean contracts that you've downloaded off the internet or took from your last company. By the way, that's illegal. These must be legally binding and always in writing. No handshake agreements. Sophisticated legal experts have template contracts that they use for their clients. Templates that are updated regularly based on changes in laws or regulations and cases that are decided daily in our courts. If you use an outdated form, you might miss a critical point that needs to be included or have language that's no longer legal. Finance and accounting are second on our list of important paper, and I can't emphasize this enough. If you haven't been doing things right from the start, you need to get to work on fixing it now. You will need to show potential investors consistent, thorough, and up-to-date books, realistic budgets and projections, and a solid use of proceeds. That their money is going to be used in a way to grow the company substantially before the next round of money is raised. I know that just thinking about some of these things can be overwhelming and downright scary, but don't despair. There are people out there who are great at and love keeping all your paper in order.